Okay, so tracking the back from side control. So we've been talking a little bit about the person on bottom's reaction from side control, and it kind of depends on the scenario. So if I pass Peanut's guard and I'm on top and I've already got my three, he's kind of accepted position. At this point, a lot of the turning will be him turning into me, right? Trying to frame and underhook and stuff like that. But if I haven't scored yet, right? Say I'm working at passing, and I get by the guard, good. I gotta hold position for at least 3 seconds before I score my point. So you'll see a lot of times on your pass, the person feels like he's not gonna be able to re-guard, he's gonna turn and bail. So it'll be two options. They're gonna turn away from you or they're gonna turn in you. Now they're usually gonna turn away from you when you're trying to pass, or they're trying not to get scored on. Right? I'll do the same thing. If I'm rolling with somebody and they pass my guard, and I feel like I'm not gonna be able to stop the pass, or I'm not gonna be able to re-guard, then I'll turn my back and try to re-guard from that position. So whenever you pass, if we're looking for the back, we just got to be ready for them turning in or them turning away. So in this case, if I pass and Peanut turns away and he stops in a quarter guard position, then I'm going to go into the chair. Right? I don't always like to go right into seatbelt, right? Because their knees get in tight and it gets kind of hard to get into this position, right? I like to grab at the shoulder and I like to kind of cup the hip here, right? This will also help me slow his turn, right? So sometimes I don't want him to get all the way to his knees because then he turtles up and it's hard to get my feet in, right? So if Peanut tries to turn now, I'm thigh prying the inside of the hip, and then I'm holding the shoulder to throw Peanut. So if I'm here and Peanut bails on me, I slow him down. Okay? Now I start reaching deep over, I slide my knee up. Now I connect to my seatbelt. As I connect to my seatbelt, I'm going to bring my foot in. I'm going to step through, right? I'm going to sit in that chair. Right? I don't want to go in between the leg, right? I want to clear and get my heel all the way to the hip. And it makes a big difference when you're trying to get that secondary movement. Now when I sit to my hip and go to my hip, now with my foot across the hip here, now I have this leg pinned down. So if Peanut tries to bring his knee into his chest, I can keep him down. And I just connect my foot to my heel and I kick through and I get my second hook. So this helps me set up that secondary hook, okay? Once I've established my 4, then I can start stacking back up. And it just depends on what you want to do. If you're looking right away to start isolating an arm, start trapping an arm and stuff like that, I would stay here. If you're looking for more riding time, then I would go right into my body lock and start kind of getting some riding time, wearing them down a little bit, right? This is uncomfortable for the person. There's a lot of pressure on the sternum, okay? But if I'm looking to attack right away, then I'm gonna put my foot on that hip, and I can start reaching my straight jacket here, just like we do in no-gi, and we can start isolating, right? Driving the hand down, bringing my heel to my hand, removing one arm, getting to my wrist ride, in this case back inside the hand. I want to keep my head in close. I want to keep something between his head and the floor. And then now I go into my tiger claw. I get his chin down. I start reaching in. I pop his chin up. And then I go in for the lapel here. And then from here, I'm squeeze and I get the finish, right? I can let go and get to this cross choke position, but I don't really need to when I have a nice deep bite on the neck here. From here, I can just get the finish. Okay? If for some reason he's doing a really good job and I can't get my hand underneath the chin, now I can thread the needle and come through. Right? Grab the wrist and I can start setting up that arm bar. I have this arm isolated. I bring my foot up and again attack. Finish. If you grab and my foot's already Squeeze to the inside here. I can't finish the armbar. He starts coming up. Start setting up a triangle. And with this triangle here, you have a little angle here. You can still attack the armbar. You can drive the elbow down. Get modified in your Kana. Your wrist lots. Okay. So Pino turns, slow down the turn, slide to the up, step through, go to the hip, use this foot to push and connect my second hip hook in. Once I score, I stack and start looking for the hands. And his hands will usually be in fighting. If he keeps his hands away, I'm going to have to really his hands to be in. And I can start looking for that shopping cart here, or the straight jacket from here. Start isolating. Boom. Keep his chin down. Start walking up. Start working. Finish. Slide. Coming up. Questions at all? All right, drop 1, 2, 3.